Morning folks, Tuesday morning. So yesterday I managed to get a day off in. Now it was a nice day yesterday, again it's a lovely day again today, and unfortunately taking Mondays off isn't going to be able to be a regular thing. I'm just that's not kind of how my work life works. But you know, I managed to get 2 in on the trot. Last week was awesome. So this week my mate Terry was also off on yesterday, so we'd done Blencathra last week, and we decided to go for, see if we could up that, and ended up going up Helvellyn. Hiya folks, it's Monday. Now I'm out with Terry again. Look at this. Found a place where it's not as mad windy up here anyway, but it's still pretty cool with all the kind of views. Some sort of mad scree slope thing. Pretty sweet. We've had lunch on the way down now. Helvellyn was ace. I mean, it was very, very windy and actually quite cold up on the top, but great views. And yeah, it's another one of those where you the day after you feel recharged and refreshed. But today is another kind of strange day. I've got a dentist appointment for my youngest daughter, which unfortunately could only book for mid-afternoon, which kind of limits the amount of stuff that I can get done as a whole day. Well, I just can't have a whole day. So up at the actual bike park, you know, I'm not going to get a full day in there. It's not really going to work out. So the other thing that I've got to do is to sort out some stuff for my father-in-law. So we're just heading over there now. I'm not really able to show you a before and after shot, because before was, well, this is the garage clearing out. It was chock-a-block, and really it's about kind of emptying as much stuff out. It's you know, a job not like this needed doing. My father-in-law's 76. It's not really one of those where you say, oh well, go on then, crack on, let me know how you get on, sort of thing. So got to dive in and help out as well. But what I'm thinking is, we've got the old roof bars. I've cut some of this longer stuff in half. We'll stick it on the roof and get it away that way. Right, after multiple runs to the tip, it's now time to stop all of that and head off and go and pick the girls up for a dentist appointment, so the run around never ceases. Right, so we're back here again. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm starting to lose a little bit of light. I don't know if you can see in the background there the sun over the top of my head. It's not that low. It doesn't feel like very so long ago that well, actually only a few weeks ago that it was dark at 6 o'clock, so that's a result. I'm up here. I've been putting stuff in the tip today, stuff that like I was filming earlier, but there's some things like this metal frame workbench that I just can't throw away. It doesn't make any sense. You know, who doesn't need a bloody workbench? Hi folks, it's Thursday morning, And yes, I forgot to take my camera with me yesterday. Right, we're here and I've actually remembered everything, which I didn't think I was going to manage this morning. I've got to get those ladders off, but first things first, as I was coming up the road, the big buzzard was parked down, well landed down here and took off. And I keep trying to get across to everybody what sort of size these buzzards are. I mean, last week, was it last weekend or the weekend before? The one where Terry was here. 2 weekends ago, I think. This buzzard jacked, just, I mean, like literally right over there, just over in the corner, just past where the cabin is. This buzzard came down and jacked a pigeon from above and just nailed it down through the trees, got it on the floor, and within seconds had like ripped it up. It was brutal, but the pigeon isn't a small bird, like a big round pigeon. The buzzard must have been twice the size of it. He's just been landed down here. Where's he at? Where's his? Just in this muddy bit here. I don't know if you can see. I'll put my hand next to it, but those are the size of his three claw things. Massive. Right, so that's the road tidied up, which was a fairly easy job, to be honest. I don't know if you can see, but everything's kind of dry and hard, so it made this morning's job of an easier job. Now, I remembered that earlier on I said, oh, I think I've got everything with me. The next job that I want to do is only going to work if I've remembered to put the right tools in the car, so let's hope I haven't jinxed myself. Right, time check. I don't know if I can do it without spilling my coffee. Let's move the camera over. Like quarter to one. Don't know if you can see that. Didn't spill my coffee though. Quarter to one, we're doing all right. We've got the road sorted out. That's nice and dry and tidy and ease of access. The next thing that I want to do is, I don't know if you did I film the other day when I brought up that metal frame and that bit of kitchen worktop. That was supposed to go to the tip. Now my father-in-law is 76, so when he says he no longer wants a workbench anymore, you get a free pass at 76. Fair play. He doesn't need to or want to use a metal workbench. But I can't put that in the tip. What man, apart from Col, what man doesn't want a workbench? Like, I just couldn't throw that out. So the idea is to get that stabilised up against the wall of the cabin. There's a flap of sheeting that's flapping down. Get that sorted out. In fact, to be honest, come the summer, this whole sheet wants getting rid of and a fresh one putting on, a little bit of modifications to the rain roll off on the roof. But yeah, I'm going to try and get this attached in and set up as a workbench, because I reckon it'll be dead handy. Oh, it's Friday. It's time to head back up that hill. Yesterday's additions were the workbench here, so it's looking nice and solid now. Does everything that we want, nice and stable for a workbench, for a free workbench, the greatest kind of all. And got a bit of signage up onto the front. Track conditions are absolutely prime at the moment. A good example is over here. I'm at the top of Get to the Chopper, just after the step down. I'll just try and jump this gap jump. Oh, so we've got a bit down here, just after the landing area of the first little gap, and this was spent a lot of time being wet in the winter, but it's all dried up now. So I think this is going to be pretty much the tail. I've just gone right through elementary, and that's dry as a bone, and hopefully we're going to find that the berms are all looking good over here. Let's go and check them out. So everything's right where we want it to be on this. I mean, I'm a bit hesitant to get the rake involved, because frankly, I mean, as you can see, just the way that the tyres have run stuff in, probably as well just to leave it as that without getting kind of over egging the pudding, so to speak. But I think if this is the way it is over here, I think we're essentially going to be looking for branches in the tracks and any bits of tape that have come down. So I'll crack through and get that sorted out. We've got to Friday afternoon now, and I'm back out here again. I've just come out onto the tracks just to have another kind of double check over them, but to say that conditions are prime is not an over exaggeration. I'm going to give you just a little walk down here and you'll be able to see how there's like a top surface layer of dust is starting to form. Everything's hard and packed in. As you're coming down through, even all the tops of the roots are even dry. And then you get into these bits in here, like where it comes into the jumps, and everything's kind of packed further down. There's well, conditions just couldn't be better. What that does mean though, if you've been using the kind of, well, I'll wait and hit it in the dry as an excuse, it no longer applies this weekend, guys. Grab it by the horns. Yeah, so I'm absolutely buzzing about the way that the tracks have dried out. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but there's like bits of dust starting to form on areas of it, and it's really dried out. Conditions are totally prime. I'm now trying to find a way in my head of being able to bring my own bike up and sneak in a couple of laps. Might even do it sort of towards the end of the day, about 4 o'clock-ish, and just come and sneak in a couple of laps Saturday and a couple of laps Sunday on there, just because I love it when it's like this. There's under the surface there might be, let's have a look, get down onto these bits a bit more, see where it starts to get rooty. There might be enough sort of tack under there to keep plenty of grip. Like you can see in these bits that have started to rut out, the top stuff's dried, and there might be enough sort of tack under there for grip, especially like for like rooty sections, to get in and really sort of grab some speed and hit things as fast as poss, which is always a laugh, you know, especially like when the tops of the like on here, for example. This is a good example actually. The tops of the roots are dry, so that means that even in the rooty sections you can just keep it wide open and blast on through. So yeah, couldn't be more happy with the track conditions right now. Well, what a happy Friday note to end the vlog on. As you might be able to guess, I'm absolutely made up about the conditions. The forecast is good for the weekend as well. Just couldn't be better. I mean, for example, I've been wandering around all day. Look at the state of this. There's not a drop of mud on the boots. I usually finish on a Friday all clarted up. Well, I say usually, I have been doing for the past kind of few winter months. Dry, prime, absolutely perfect. So it's going to be a great weekend. As usual, if you're up here at the weekend, I'll see you in the cabin for a crack. And if you're riding, have a great time, have a fantastic weekend. Try and get a cheeky beer or a glass of wine on Saturday night. And thanks very much for your time. I'll catch you soon.